everyone and welcome back to Projeci Garage. In episode 3 we're going to look at taking the skirting board off this plasterboard wall. It goes around about half of the garage, and the reason for this is this plasterboard is actually insulated because the house is on the other side. The skirting board's been put there as a finishing touch, but because we want to lay a screed floor down over the concrete floor that's already here, we need to take it off so that screed can get all the way up to the breeze block wall. So let's remind ourselves of just what we're trying to do. I want to smooth the floor, and I'll do this using a self-leveling compound which should leave a nice clean crisp finish. I'm going to install a workbench with cupboards beneath and shelves above. We need space for a fridge freezer and a tumble dryer, as well as other utilities such as the boiler. I'm also going to install some overhead lighting in a new gantry, plus a few extra power points. So there's a reminder of the plan. Now, the first thing I want to do is get the floor covering down. This is going to be a screed that sits on top of the existing garage floor. But what I don't want to do is pour it with this skirting board in place, because if we ever need to change this, it'll make the job a lot harder, and it'll also leave a gap, which could be unsightly and not be quite the clean finish that I want to achieve. So what we're going to do today is pull these skirting boards off, see what's in the gap behind, clear it out, and then start to get ready to lay the floor. These skirting boards appear to be held on by a few pins every few feet. So what we're going to do is just get something behind and start levering off from a weak point, and then we'll be able to take the rest off quite easily. So I've had a quick look around the garage and I've decided to start with this small piece of skirting board here. It looks like it's going to be fairly easy to get off, and hopefully once I've done that, this larger piece will come off fairly easily as well. And that section should give me a really good idea of exactly what is behind the skirting board and what mess I need to clear out so that I can get the screeding material right up to the breeze blocks. I'm not going to film all of the skirting board coming off because a lot of it frankly is behind tool chests and things like that. We've got the fridge freezer and the tumble dryer behind me as well, and they'll all have to come out so I can get to the skirting board and take them off. So for today, let's focus on this bit and see what's behind there. Okay, so let's have a look behind this first piece of skirting board. Okay, so on first view, it's a bit of a mixed bag. On the right here, we've got lots of dust and rubble and bits of plasterboard that have just fallen off here. But on the left, what we can see is two bits of plasterboard which have been laid on the side, and I can only assume that's been done to support this vertical piece while it was screwed into place. It's going to be interesting to see how we get this out and what's behind it and what problems that will cause when we come to lay the flooring. So for now, I'm going to get the rest of this long piece off and see what problems we see behind there as well. So now it's time to take off this longer section of skirting board. Let's get started. Okay, so underneath here we've got a little bit of a different story to the first piece that we took off. You can see that we've got the damp proof course here, and that will obviously be to prevent damp rising up into the brickwork. So obviously any flooring material we lay needs to go underneath that. It'll be interesting to see if that extends all the way round through here as well. But beyond that, this bit looks pretty clear. There's a little bit of beading down in this corner down here, which we'll need to just remove. But apart from that, that looks pretty good, just the usual dust that we'd expect. Okay, so the last piece we've got to take out for today is this piece here. So far there's been no major surprises. Let's hope that stays the same. Okay, so that came off pretty easily. And actually what we can see is more of the same as we saw around this side. So there's more plasterboard here that's been used to pack out this here. So it'd be interesting again to see if we can get that out and see what's lying behind it and what impact that has. Okay, so we've got the first few bits of skirting board removed. I'm really pleased to say that there's not a horrible mess behind that. Yeah, it's a bit mucky, it's a bit dusty, but that's to be expected. It was a bit unusual to find the plasterboard being used as a chock under some of it, but I'm sure once we get that out it'll be absolutely fine. It'll all have been screwed to the wall since that was put in. So hopefully when I get round to getting the rest of it off, there'll be no other major surprises. And that means we can start looking at clearing the garage out completely and getting the floor covering down. And that's the next big step which we'll tackle in episode 4 of Project Garage. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share on social media, and come back again to see episode 4 of Project Garage.